Hey YouTube, this is Sean, Griffin RC Planes. I'm often asked, hey, what is the best plane for me to get for my first airplane? Hands down, the E-flite 1.5 meter Apprentice. Make sure the 1.5 meter. They make a smaller one, but bigger is better to fly. Plus, in a minute, you'll know why this is also a better choice versus the other. So 1.5 meter, ready to fly, E-flite Apprentice. Number one of the top 5 reasons why this should be your very first airplane is it's easy to fly. With the Safe Select technology, in one of the 3 flight modes, it has self-leveling, so if you let off the sticks of the transmitter, it will self-level for you. Or if you're making a turn, then you let off the stick and it'll level out for you. And with a flip of a switch, you can go to the intermediate mode, where it will not self-level, but it will limit the bank angles for pitch up and down and roll side to side. So you can't turn it upside down or loop it. It will not self-level in that mode. Then there's an advanced mode where there's no help at all. So you can gradually climb up to whatever, setting you want to be in and go at your own speed. Or you can fly in the Safe Select, and when you want to do a loop or a roll, you can turn it off and do your trick and then turn it back on. Just at your speed, you can move on through the ranks of beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or fly in a little of all, like I do. So that is number one out of the top 5 reasons why the E-flite 1.5 meter Apprentice is your best choice for your first beginner ready to fly airplane. Reason number 2 is the durability. This thing is designed to take a beating. The wings are held on by rubber bands, so if you did have a tough landing and the wing hit the ground, the rubber bands break and not the wing. You can replace some rubber bands pretty cheap. The landing gear is made to pop out instead of breaking something if you had a real hard landing. The propeller is a little more pliable, so it's less chance of breaking it if you nicked the asphalt or the dirt or something. So it's definitely durable. It's made to take a beating. It's made to have a hard landing and something pop out versus breaking. So that is reason number 2 why the E-flite 1.5 meter Apprentice is your best beginner ready to fly airplane. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe guys. Happy flying. Reason number 3 is the battery and the transmitter that it comes with can be used on your next airplane. The transmitter can be used on many other E-flite airplanes, and the battery can be used in many other planes as well. I personally, this was my first plane. I flew it and flew it and flew it. Then I got another airplane, which was the E-flite Extra 300, and I flew it on this very controller and this very battery for my first couple flights, and then I got a different battery. So the transmitter can be used on other planes. With the 2.4 gigahertz technology, kind of think of it as making a cell phone call. You're just calling a different plane. So it can be used many other airplanes in the E-flite lineup that has the Spectrum technology inside. So there is reason number 3. The transmitter and battery plus the charger for your battery can be used on your next airplane. So then you don't buy ready to fly, you buy bind and fly. You're going to bind your transmitter to the next airplane. All right, and reason number 4 why the E-flite 1.5 meter Apprentice is the best choice for your first ready to fly airplane is parts availability. This plane has been around for a while, and it will be around for a while. Eventually your wheels are going to wear out if you fly off asphalt. Eventually you might crack this plastic cowl. Maybe you need to get a different propeller. Those parts are available, and they're not very much money, and you can get them almost anywhere, and they're pretty much self-explanatory to change out, replace. So parts are a big deal in this hobby, and you can get them, and they're plentiful. You can find them all over. And number 5, this is almost as best as being easy to fly. Number 5 is a really huge deal. Why I think you should get the 1.5 meter E-flite Ready to Fly Apprentice as your first airplane. Resale value. If you decide you don't want to be in the hobby, or somehow you crashed it and you don't want to even attempt to fix it, which crashing this thing is pretty hard to do. I taught myself how to fly by reading the manual, and there was many weekends that I assembled it in my living room and put a battery in it and all that, and was operating the transmitter and then looking at the manual and was the aileron doing what it was supposed to do, and I moved the control stick this way. You know, the manual is really good. It's thick. It's many different languages. It taught me how to fly. Several weekends of putting it together in my living room floor, I finally went out to the flying field, and for about 3 weekends I didn't fly it, but I drove it around like a remote control car. And finally, nervous as all can be, I just went for it. And as soon as it took off, it was like everything just lifted off of me. I said, oh, I got this. This is easy. And it's because this plane. Resale value. If you crash this plane, or you don't want to be in the hobby, or for whatever reason you want to sell it, I guarantee it 1,000% you can sell it for at least half of what you paid for it. And that is a fact. You can look on eBay right now and type in, used Apprentice, and you'll see them in all different shapes and sizes for several $100. This battery alone is a $30 to $40 value used. This transmitter by itself is $40 to $70 value, just depending on, other situations. So, there's $100 right there. Throwing the plane for another 100, that's over half of what you paid for it right there. So those are the top 5 reasons by yours truly. And if you're new to me, if you're new to the whole RC airplane hobby, I'm your electric guy. I'm all about the transmitters and the receivers and all the electronic stuff. We do a lot of how-tos and a little flying and a little chit-chat and just a bunch of stuff. So subscribe if you haven't. And if you do get into the hobby, don't let anybody tell you anything else. Get the E-flite Apprentice Ready to Fly 1.5 meter. Don't get the smaller one. Get the bigger one. Bigger, easier to fly. People think smaller, I'm just starting out. Nope, that's wrong. 1.5 meter, bigger is easier to fly. Plus, it comes with the bigger battery and the good transmitter. So when you graduate to your next plane, you've already got a couple pieces of the puzzle. So that's it, guys. Hey, thank you so much. And subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. I hope you get an E-flite Apprentice, and I hope I see you out flying, and maybe I see your YouTube video someday. Okay, guys. Hey, thank you. Until next time, you'll see me here. Yep, right there.